I filmed this video, it was just starting to get cold outside, so I was really inspired to make some sunflower cookies to cheer things up. So this is my first time decorating sugar cookies, and I learned some important lessons that I maybe should have already known. Number one, cocoa is clumpy, as you can see right here. If you're going to use it for decoration, always sift it, unlike me. So this was my first time really using a piping bag, as you can probably see, because I keep using my leaf tips sideways. Always use your leaf tip pointy side up. And you can count how many times I forget that rule in this video. So I had intended to have a nice bright sunny color, but I wanted to use natural food coloring, so I tried mango powder. You can see it did not go as planned. So we have some very pale sunflower cookies on top of everything. And originally this was supposed to be royal icing, but due to entirely foreseeable circumstances, I had to make buttercream. So I had this cherry juice that I really wanted to use to help give some more dimension to the petals, but, well, cherry juice and buttercream, you'll see what happens. So I got bored of the clumpy cocoa at this point. I figured chocolate chips might give my center some more dimension. And you know, it's looking pretty good. Solid choice. And here you'll see me attempting to use the leaf tip sideways again. And about halfway through the cookie, I remember to turn it the other way around. Nice. But it's okay. Petals are petals. Probably should have used a bigger tip also, but I worked with what I had on hand. It took forever to get all the way around the relatively small cookies. And so at this point I think, well, let's just try the cherry juice anyway and see what happens. I mean, the worst that happens is nothing, right? Yeah, that wasn't really the case. You'll see in the close-up later just how funny this attempt at shading came out. So yes, friends, oil does not mix with water. You may also notice that you're getting an awful lot of glamour shots of my right hand and forearm. Pro tip, if you're right-handed and you need to film your work surface, do not film over your right shoulder. If anything, film over your left, although ideally don't do either. But hey, practice makes perfect, and that is the name of this game. And if you want to help me get to better video editing quality and buying the right equipment, smash that subscribe button. So I figured, you know, sunflowers have more than one row of petals, let's add a second. And you can see the result is kind of a clumpy mass of buttercream more than a more believable sunflower. So lesson learned there. At that point I got sick of sunflowers, they were not going great, so I thought I would switch to a petal tip and try to make a rose. And this is evidently going a lot better. I think that's pretty recognizable, at least. So let's try that again with a chocolate chip in the center and give it a little bit more dimension. And of course, some more glamour shots of my right hand and forearm. That's a pretty reliable rose shape, you know? If I had to make cookies in a pinch, I would go for a rose. And here I thought, well, I have all this cocoa powder to use up, let's try some, and ended up with a zebra rose. So not sure I stand by that decision, but it's okay. We're learning. But I was really determined to use this cherry juice for something. So I thought, yeah, let's make a paste with some cocoa powder. Get a nice rich brown. That's something. So it, you know, kind of stuck to the cookie. But I was still sick of sunflowers at this point, and it wouldn't be visible under a rose, so I just kind of free-handed random stuff at this point. Thought, yeah, let's make an open shape so you can see the brown, but open roses aren't a thing, so I don't know. It's a shape. I mean, whatever, it's a cookie, right? That's the point of this exercise. Throw on some chocolate chips, add a little bit more flavor. So I like to call this one my sneaker cookie. So at this point, I figured I would just start trying out different tips and maybe learn something about how they work for next time. So here's a nice simple 5-pointed flower, very recognizable. And in the end, this is what I came out with. So they're not all beautiful, but some of them are.
And they don't all look weirdly like brains, but some of them do. But the best part about ugly cookies is they still taste good. So in the end, I'm just left with 24 tasty cookies. I hope you enjoyed watching me get wrecked by some buttercream. And if you got wrecked right along with me, I'd love to see your results. Tag me in socials. Or school me, that's cool too. If you have a suggestion for what you'd like to see next, please leave me a comment. And of course, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. See you next time.